Hey guys, today we're gonna be reviewing a product that I am thoroughly excited about because it's something I have dreamed about having for a lot of time. I even tried to DIY it and it completely failed. I'm not good at it. And this is an LED aquarium background. Woohoo! And I received for Christmas from my lovely husband just that, the perfect gift. Now, the product that I'm showing you, and I'm trying to handle it with as much care as possible, this one is the Flux Aqua LED panel, and I did see quite a few people review it on YouTube. It appears that the company did send quite a few of these to people, and I really liked how it looked on camera. Now, today's review is not sponsored. We literally paid for this, well, my husband did, and I'm really hoping that it will look and perform as good as in other videos, because this is just one of those products that I'm so incredibly hyped about. It will be a disappointment if it's not what I expect. So, I'm gonna take you guys along as I install it and I try it out, give you some first impressions and some impressions after a little bit of time of use. I'm currently setting up a new tank, a new scape, and this background will complement that scape very well. Righty. So first off, before we look at it in action, let me tell you a few things about the process of ordering and so on. So first of all, Flux Aqua is a company from Singapore, if I'm not mistaken. This is where they ship from, at least. And the product that I personally got here is the Flux Aqua Chroma, which means that it's an RGB light panel. It uses LEDs. And even though, as you can tell already, it has a gradient here, this is just a sticker applied to the actual LED panel. This will actually work with all the other color combinations you can set this panel to. The one thing you cannot make it is completely white, which I personally don't want, but I know many people really do want a white panel. For that, there is a different product, the normal Flux Aqua, I think. I'm not entirely sure if you can actually add a sticker and make this beautiful blue sky gradient, but there are two different products. Oh boy, it is expensive. That is why I've been wanting it for a long time, and I tried to DIY it and I just got it for Christmas. Big occasion, because it's expensive. We paid for mine, I think 250 euros plus shipping. Shipping wasn't a whole deal. I think it was 30 euros or something, but yeah, it is quite an expense. Competitive products on the market, not so many. The only product that I know of that is similar, and I think it was the first one of its kind, is the ADA illuminated background, which is not really like this. It's a white LED panel that comes with a sticker with this very similar gradient that you put on the tank, and then behind that sticker, which is translucent, you can place the white background. So with the ADA product, you can actually use it as white, or you can use it with that sticker. As far as I can see, this sticker you don't remove, it stays on. And I'm starting to see one of the edges is a little bit damaged. I need to be careful. Yeah, definitely not a good idea to move this around too much. I need to put it on the tag and keep it there. It arrived pretty fast, in a few weeks since we ordered it. Luckily, before Christmas, it was packed a little bit precariously, in my opinion. Yes, it had some wrapping, some bubble wrap, not a whole lot, but it doesn't actually come with its own case or its own box. It comes in a makeshift box made out of different cardboard parts with some pieces of cardboard to keep it in place. If I press a little on it, it flexes. It doesn't come with cushioning or stuff. I was a little scared it arrived broken, but it didn't. It's in good condition. Great. But it's not the best packaging, in my opinion. Gave me anxiety. Now, when you purchase this background, you have the option to get one of the standard sizes, and this is a standard size because I purchased it for my 60 centimeter long standard size 20 gallons aquarium. But you also have an option to make one customized to the dimensions of your tank. Mind you, it's gonna be a lot more expensive. I mean, I have the Blau tanks, which are 62 centimeters long. I would love to put this on one of them, but it would cost about 100 euros more. So no, I'm gonna stick with the standard size. They do have a few options for rimless aquariums or for ones with lids. I purchased it for a rimless aquarium, and this one comes with these metal brackets that you just hang on the back. When you purchase it, you'll have to specify the thickness of your tank, but you're gonna see, they do ask you a few details about your tank. I will have to say it sits absolutely perfectly behind my tank. There's no gap between it and the aquarium. It actually looks pretty great. Now, this thing arrives with the Wi-Fi, let's say, controller, which it's a third company. It's called Magic Home. I need my glasses. Yeah, it's called Magic Home. So you will have to download the Magic Home app, which is fine. It's actually a great app. But this is the same device that arrives with any type of LED strip. And by the way, I do believe this one actually has an LED strip at the bottom. Not entirely sure if it's everywhere. My husband says it has to be everywhere on the edge, but I kind of see it only at the bottom. I don't know. Don't know how these things work. But yeah, it's basically an LED strip illuminating a plexiglass, I believe, panel. That's why I tried to DIY it and I failed. And my husband wants to try again because it's expensive. But pretty much you connect this Wi-Fi receiver and the connection is not the greatest. I mean, this will come off at the slightest movement. So I'm considering maybe wrapping it a little bit with some tape. The one thing my product did not arrive with is the remote control. Actually, they did send the controller separately. I recorded this a couple of weeks ago and in the meantime, it arrived. I asked my husband if he emailed them and he said no, so somebody felt guilty. But yeah, finally, I did receive my remote control. Which again, it's a very standard remote control. If you've ever had RGB LED strips with remote controls, it's that. It's what you imagine it is. It's exactly that. I did receive it. Am I gonna write back to the company? No, I'm not. I think I have 3 of them lying around. Maybe one will fit. I prefer to use the app because it does everything. And to be fully honest, if this breaks, maybe I can even replace it with this particular company and I can purchase the remote, so no issues there. We also have a little manual here. There's nothing complicated about it, so you don't need a whole lot of literature. But one thing I wanted to point out was that my AC adapter here, the one that I received, does not come with this plug. This is the plug that we use. This is the plug that my husband put, and then he said, you know what, don't use this. So it comes with a US plug for whatever reason. This is a standard jack that connects to this Wi-Fi receiver. However, I will have to say, this is the flimsiest adapter my eyes have ever laid upon. And I am not using this. I have a different one that is more solid because yeah, this gives me the heebie-jeebies. But that's okay, it's a standard AC adapter. Might as well work, I don't know, I just get a little bit iffy with these things. So yeah, these are some iffy things that I kind of wanted to point out, but I guess in the grand scheme of things, they don't really matter. What matters is how this looks. I did a few tests. Guys, it looks magical. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing on my tank. Gonna do a little aquascape. We're gonna have a separate video about that. And we're gonna come back when that tank is ready and we're gonna play a little bit with the settings of this background. So the panel hangs on the back of your tank, and to make it as flush as possible, they need the width of the glass so that the brackets are made to size and they make the panel kind of stick to the back of your tank. Now, even without it on, it still looks pretty darn amazing. Once you add water though, it becomes a little dull. However, the magic starts when you turn it on. And look at this. This is like the most basic of color schemes, and already it is magical. It's something out of Avatar. But behold, we have options to change the color of the background. Mind you, you will always have that gradient because of the sticker. And also on camera, it's harder to properly capture all of the colors that I see in real life. So believe it or not, it actually looks better in real life, which is always good. But I think it looks pretty darn good on camera as well. Now the app, I will have to tell you, is great. We have some preset slots there, 5 presets that we can store. We also have a way to adjust the brightness. It can go very dim, as you can see. And from the main screen, we can also turn off the panel on and off really easily. So these are the basics. Now, let me just show you the more magical settings and how I have been running this product for the past week or so. Alright, so now it's actually early morning, and this is the preset that I have for early mornings. It's supposed to imitate a little bit of a sunrise. I know it doesn't look very realistic, it should be more purple, but the sunset is purple and I just wanted to showcase more colors. I'm more of a whimsical type of person, don't care if my escape is not very natural, but If you are wondering, wait, can we actually schedule what color combination comes on and when it turns off and when it goes into a different color combination? Do we actually have the possibility to set all of these? Yes, my friends, we do. So here's, oops, okay, so my lights are coming on right now. I still have this preset set to last for 15 more minutes and then it goes into a different preset. Okay, let's go back to the app here. So not only can it do all of the things that I showed you earlier, but it can also control many things about this LED panel. So here we have the timer option. And as you can see, everything is coming alive in the plant room. So as you can see, I already have a bit of a schedule here. I can set this device to come on at 6:45 with a certain color pattern, and then at 7:15 I can change it to a different color pattern, and then at 12:50 change it to another color panel and then turn it off. And I also have the option to repeat all of these things every single day. I also have the option to set the intensity of all of these presets, and I also have the option to delete or modify these settings. So I can definitely modify when each setting comes on and off, and I can also modify the coloration. One thing that is a little bit annoying is that once you try to modify the coloration from here, it will reset the color wheel, so you need to remember like the numbers for each channel, red, green, blue, to then set it, because once you move this thing around, and I will move it for you, I don't know if you can tell, it doesn't actually live change the setting. Your tank will not show you the color you are setting. You need to remember, you need to test it prior and then switch the numbers here. But anyway, that doesn't matter. It's easy to go around it. I just remember the values for each channel and then I set it. But other than that, it is very, very customizable. Now this is the option I hoped it would have, and it does have it. There are other options as well that any LED strip will have, but do not apply to the aquarium panel. So let's see, you have some other options here. Let's go to functions. You can set this thing to crossfade through different colors. You can have only the red gradually turning on and off, having this wavy pattern. We can also go to candle mode and it will flicker. Yes, because again, this is an LED strip and it can be used in multiple various ways, but for our purposes, we do not need it to flicker. So all of these customizations, I don't care about, I don't need, they just come with the app. We also have a microphone option here, music, cinema. Okay, I did not go into all of these things, but if you have an LED strip, maybe you're already acquainted with all of these functions. The only function that I was super interested in was the timer. Can I set each coloration to come on individually? At what time can I turn it off automatically? Does it follow these rules that I enter here? And yes, my friends, it does. Every day at 6:45, it turns on to that coloration. Then at 7:15, it goes on to, let's say, the idle background that I keep it at, and you will see in a little bit, it's a beautiful gradient which imitates the sky. Then at 12:50, it goes into sunset mode, and then 1:15 p.m. it shuts off and stays off until 6:45 the next day. Isn't that amazing? So now to show you the color variations that I have it set on. So this is the sunrise for me, which is a very unnatural sunrise, but I like it. We have that beautiful yellow at the bottom and the nice green turquoise at the top. This is actually a yellow-orange coloration, but because of that sticker with the gradient, it looks like this. It looks rather green. Now, daytime is this for me, which again on camera, maybe you cannot really see the details. If I turn down exposure, maybe you can actually see the gradient. There is a gradient that goes from white at the bottom to sky blue at the top. And then the most beautiful of all, sunset. This is my sunset with the beautiful magenta at the bottom fading into that purple at the top. Again, this is just the RGB going into the magenta color, and because of the gradient, it creates that purple at the top. But this is how my tank looks throughout the day. Pretty neat, isn't it? I think it looks spectacular. Let's just put it on sunrise mode. It's not 7:15 yet. It's gonna go by itself into the blue sky mode. And boy, oh boy, you guys. Okay, Final thoughts. I haven't used it for a whole lot of time, but so far I did not have issues. The app has worked flawlessly. The panel has turned on and off and shifted through colors again seamlessly. I don't know if I had an internet outage during this time. Maybe I did and I don't know about it. I have been enjoying it so much. It does make everything look so much more whimsical. Reason why I've always wanted this. I'm not one for very natural things. I always like to put a little magic in all of my scapes and everything I create, and this background elevates everything. Like, it makes everything so much better. Reason why, maybe if you like things a lot on the natural side, maybe this is not for you. Maybe a full white background would be better for you, because I will give it. It certainly does not look very natural. I didn't expect it to be so bright, even though I do believe all it is, it's a 60 centimeter LED strip at the bottom. But even with the lights on max, it looks very visible, very bright. I like it, but I think it shines more in the sunrise and sunset modes because they're more colorful. But don't imagine it's super bright. I mean, don't imagine it will create extra algae issues. It's somewhere in between, bright enough for you to see that there's something there, but not bright enough to realize, oh, it's an illuminated panel. When the aquarium lights are full on, you don't realize exactly that it's an illuminated panel. So I don't think it will create extra algae or anything. Bottom line, to wrap up this first impression / reviews, give you a little bit my thoughts on it. Is it overpriced? Yes, it is so overpriced, it's ridiculous in my opinion. Is it magical? Yes, it is also so magical, it's ridiculous. I love it so much. So honestly, is it worth it? That will have to depend on you. For me it is. Will I order 5 more? No. Will I customize them for other tanks? No, not anytime soon. I don't want to pay for 100 euros, oh my goodness, for an illuminated background. Will I let my husband try to DIY it? Of course I will. If he can DIY something like this, like, I'm good. I personally cannot. I'm not talented at that. But this particular item has made my days. I love it so much. Even if it's overpriced as heck, yeah, I love it. For me, it's worth it. I don't know, what do you guys think? I would invest in something like this for your home tank. If you have like a room with multiple tanks, I don't know if I would invest in something like this for one tank. But if you have that one beautiful tank in your home, I think this will be so worth it because you can control with the app when it turns on and off and what color patterns it goes through. And you can easily have it display when you're home. Let's say your lights shut off at, I don't know, 6, whatever, but you'd like to enjoy your tank even in the evening. You can decrease the brightness and put it on a, let's say, purpley setting, and it will just look beautiful without creating extra light in the tank or all that much light. I don't think it will induce algae. So for that, it would be much more worth it than just having it on a tank in your aquarium room if you have something like that. So yeah, bottom line, I love it. What do you guys think? Do you have this device? How is it performing for you? I will probably come back with a final review after I use it for a while and tell you if any issues came up. I don't know about the test of time. I don't know how good that LED strip that they put in there is. So at some point, maybe we'll need replacing, case in which maybe I'm gonna open it up and put another LED strip in there. I hope I can. We'll see about that because, oh boy, it's so expensive. I don't want to replace it every 2 years or so, you know? So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed today's review. Feel free to leave me your thoughts in the comment section, subscribe for more videos, and with that said, I'll see you all next time. Bye!